This is your WW3 news of a Sunday evening. As we all know, the world is in a continuous turmoil. So what are signs which will in the end slowly lead to the total collapse? Who knows? Not everyone else is a fortune teller, by chance. Let's get into the news. Well, here in Italy, there was this tax account, or ragioniere, or consulente fiscale, which they call in Italian, and she's saying most of her clients are probably delaying or boycotting paying taxes for better days. Tax dodging in Italy is a common thing, but people mass doing it in this sector, self-employed or who's got a small company. It's bad sign. And you've got people, despite this Middle Eastern war, which is going to probably blow up again and probably go full version, you should say, and even probably lead us to World War III. Who knows? Restaurants are full. You see people going around. People seems like leading their life if it was the last day of their existence, and afterwards, what comes after is very uncertain. I think everyone else were more cautious. There were more certainties in life, and there's now what you can say, doubts for the future and stuff like that. Well, United Kingdom, the phenomenon of fill and run, referring to theft of diesel or petrol from the service stations and going without paying, is going on increase. Organised gangs, and even you see people with fancy motors doing a full tank and they fuck off. This society is just going tits up, and those are one of the signs. Things are falling to pieces, folks. And then you got the Austrian politicians. I think in every country going to the West to say the age for retirement, we have to raise it, otherwise the system will collapse. Well, the system will collapse without putting up the age and making people go to retirement, probably within 20 or 30 years. Who goes into retirement then? Will they have a pension? They'll probably have nothing, because the whole damn thing will be collapsed. That's why they tend you to go do private pension schemes and stuff like that. These insurance companies make a lot of money. At the end of the day, can they guarantee your what you put aside for the future? No, no one can't. And now, the fact is, there are two factors. There are more elderly people in society on increase, and less young people. And the turnover to replace the elderly with new for employment is lowering down every time. Put on the serious health factors, the economy, things are becoming dear. Future people will have a more smaller family, not even a family at all. People won't get married due to it costs so much, the cost of living. They're destroying basically the thing which is called a family, really. They're destroying it. And plus you can add on the top of the social costs, illegal immigrants. They said they will be the ones which will, how you say, pay the pensions for the elders. Most of these people on welfare, and hardly none of them work. So that's why the politicians are saying to you, you have to work more years, because due to that fact, and another factor is the whole thing is collapsing. Because on welfare and stuff like that, they've got a whole series of things. Expensive unemployment, disability benefits, which is on an increase as well in the United Kingdom, especially mental issues. And the fact is, where are they going to get the money from? More taxation. And seeing less people work, where the money's going to come from? That's a thing which we have to keep in mind. And even regarding the finance, the world of the stock exchange around the world, it's all a big scam. Because there's a lot of inside trading. No one wants to know, because otherwise it would spook the punters, the mugs. It's going to be probably like 1929. The Great Recession, the Great Depression. A lot more worse. You've got factors, social decay, economical decay, probably on the doorstep, wars, like mushrooms after the rain, they appear. They talk a lot about wars, the politicians, conscription. We must transform our economy in transition for times of war. They have done this before. Americans, 1929, past 10 years, the Great Depression, loss of jobs, people went broke, less tax entries, people were poor. But people know how to do things, and they know how to survive. Today, if it would happen to this, people be totally wiped out. And when there's a high deficit behind these events, it usually is. It's probably coming to the point with their money printing schemes, machine breakdown, and there you are. That's why they want to drag you into a war. You fight for it. Not many people come home. Who's left? We create a new society. That of a technocratic Orwell 1984 scenario. Simple as that. Read the book. You'll be amazed. Science fiction films had predict certain changes in our society today many years before it occurred. Why? Because they're telling you it's called predictive programming, folks. And tune in for the next video, because they want to keep you in the dark, ignorant, and lead you up a garden path on everything.